I'm not gonna lie, bro. I didn't know how much time. Oh, this is fire.
Mack HD, let them know who you are.
Mack
Already
HD.
know Mack HD. We got Ogasilashi on the vocal. Shout out to my boy
shit.
Ogasilashi, you know what I mean? There's a funny story with that song too.
Yo, man.
My life is an open book, man. I got mad stories, bro.
I'm telling you, this shit definitely knocks in France, bro.
No, like in France, this shit's going crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, this in France, like I'm checking the numbers every time.
It's got that island vibe, bro.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of stories to the song, the beat. When I made it, I remember quarantine hit, so we in quarantine.
Yeah.
So I made the beat. Because the funny thing, I've been working on that beat since 2018. But but the thing is,
No shit, bro.
but like it changes every year. It changes.
So how long do you normally work on a beat for?
Certain beats I'll make like in a couple hours, but certain like some songs I'm a perfectionist. So like I'm like, nah, this is not it. I'll just sit on it, and then when an idea comes
Now,
again,
do you save it on your computer? Or you just let it sit in the back of your head? Like
I just save it on the computer, and like sometimes I get writer's block. I cannot create nothing. I go back to something I think was great. I would go back to stuff that I made that I didn't finish, and I went back to this. I'm like, oh, this sounds good, and then things start flowing again. I'm start adding extra stuff. You know,
it's like wine, bro. It just gets better with time.
Yeah. So and then like I made that beat. I made that beat in 2018. I made it for this artist called Lil Sebi. I was working at that time because he wanted like a little because around remember Canada was doing that type of like dancehall type vibe around that time. So I so I had the sample playing. So it didn't sound like that at first. So it was more like a unforgettable type beat. It was very it was sound like.
But back then, everyone was trying to go with those that views from the six, that Drake vibe out of Toronto. Toronto was hot.
Yes.
Toronto's still hot, but I mean, you know.
So it sounded like Unforgettable by French Montana. Like very
Afro
like
beats are beautiful, man.
Yeah, they are.
Definitely. So I because he didn't like it. So I sent it to him like, nah, I don't like it. I'm like, okay, cool. I sat on it. Yeah. And then quarantine hit. I got writer's block. I have nothing to. I can't make a beat for nothing. Yeah. Because like it's not coming. And I'm like, let me just. I went to my files. I'm going down. I'm just because I use Reason, which is like the software I used to make beats. I'm looking at my Reason files. I'm looking up, and then I see that. I named it some weird name, like, and I click because I didn't know what it was.
Remember.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah, dude. 2018, man. Then you're in the pandemic. There's a lot of shit out in the world you got to worry about besides a beat.
So I opened the file and I heard it like. I'm like, this is it.
Yeah, dude. You
so like,
with it.
because like it's so I deleted a couple things, and then there's one thing I really like that I did in that song. It's like I sampled my old stuff.
Okay.
So I don't know if you heard. There's a sample in the song you were like a girl like I don't know, you cannot hear it, but it's a song that I made, a beat that I made in 2012.
Oh, no shit.
I used to work with this band called New Genesis. Okay. And then I was a producer, and then I went back. Yeah. So the thing about me, I never, I don't know about the producers out there. I got files from 2009. It's still on my archive. I got an archive. I would go back to my archive, and I'm like, and I sample that voice, and I use it. I feel proud of that because that was the first time I'm sampling myself.
Well, I tell you what, dude, to have a file history, an archive like that. I mean, you're talking, dude, it's 2021 right now, 2021, almost 22. And you're going back over 10 years. I mean, you're talking 11 years now, a whole decade of files.
So I went back and I sampled her voice. And then I remember when I made the beat, I'm like, yo, I called her. I'm like, yo, Julissa, by the way, if you're watching, Julissa, I'm like, Julissa, yo, I just sampled your voice. Check it out. And she was like, I don't hear me. I'm like, yeah, it's that girl saying, I'm like, yeah, I sampled your voice. She was like, I don't hear nothing. I'm like, whatever. Because she couldn't tell because I pitched it high. Yeah, but she couldn't recognize. But I'm like, it sounds great. And then I made the beat. The beat was like done and everything. So, and then like, I didn't know where to put it on. And when I have the song, I was like, okay, what should I put on this track?
So that's one of the questions I have, right, for you. So as a producer, so for people that don't know, Mack HD, you are an incredible producer. The album that you have out right now is called Art. And
The art.
The art.
The art.
And I listened to the whole album, and let me tell you something. There were some tracks on there that I really liked. The spoken word track was very powerful, bro. I liked her. She was really good.
Yeah.
And
shout out to Chloe Tree, by the way. Chloe Tree, shout out to you.
She did very well, man. Really talented girl. The other one that I really liked was the Spanish beat you had. I didn't know what the motherfucker was saying, but I liked the beat, dude. I was getting lunch today. I'm like, oh. The shoulder's jerking. I'm like, what's going on here?
I have two Spanish tracks on there, which is the reggaeton one and then the hip hop version one.
The hip hop one.
Yeah, this guy, his voice. I like his voice.
Yo, his voice is wild. I didn't know what he was saying, but I was like, oh, my man.
His name is Young G. Young G, shout out to Young G.
Young G. I'm telling you, I was like, oh, my man. My shoulder started jerking. I'm like, I fuck with this. I was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, shout out to Young G, yo.
Yeah.
So, like I was saying,
quick question, right? Mm-hmm. As a producer and an artist, what's the cutoff here? Because I'm Joe Schmo from the street. I don't know shit about nothing. You know what I'm saying? So when you're a producer, what stops you from grabbing that mic and spitting on your own beats?
Let me tell you,
putting a verse down on your own shit.
Yeah, that's how it started. Like when you think about it, I don't know if you listened to my first album.
I didn't get to listen to the first album.
The first album is called Struggle Mixed Success. Okay. And there's a track on there. Because back then, what I used to do, I don't know if you go on YouTube, you could Google a song called Money Keep On Coming, featuring Claria the Boss.
Yeah.
I'm the one. I used to do all that. Like I was not a rapper, but I used to sing the hook. I used to be singing the hook.
Do the hook, yep.
I'd be doing the hooks and stuff. So and then I still do stuff like that because like when I talk to the artist that's working on my tracks, I'll usually tell them what to do.
Gotcha.
If I don't like them, I know this. They may like them, no, that's not what I want. I want you to do that.
So you found out that your expertise, what's in your wheelhouse, is making the beats, feeling the tone of the music, making the tracks, getting all set.
Yes.
Now you have I listened to the whole album. The art was really good. You had you have various artists on there, stuff like that. So how does that split work? How does that, as far as, listen, we're talking dollars and cents. I'm talking about the paper that folds, not the stuff that jingles. When it comes in, how does that work with a feature? You pay him straight up just for a feature and then you take profit? How does this work?
So what works, most of the tracks, I'll pay you straight up for the vocals. And you get the publishing. You could get your publishing. You could the BM. I get the 50% because you know what, 50 because I'm in publishing. You get the 50. I get the 50. Gotcha. And some of the other ones is just like free. Somebody's just like, yo, we can have that.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a favor. And then I would do a favor for them later because what I would do is. Some of them owes me because people owes me favors.
Relationships, dude. So you got to build relationships in this business.
If this guy, I'm like, yeah, remember that song that I mixed and mastered for you for free? Like,
you owe me now, mofo. I'm coming to collect. Yeah. So, dude, that's what this business is based off of, relationships, dude. Yeah, really, truly.
Remember that? Remember when you called me and then I did all that. So can you give me a song? Something, except like new relationship. Like Ogasilachi relationship, I didn't know him, so I had to pay him. So,
got you.
So Ogasilachi, because I didn't really know him like that.
So when you're listening to a guy, right, are you hitting up somebody and you're like, hey, how much for 16 bars?
Yes.
Is that pretty much how it goes?
Yes. I got a guy on there named he's kind of like he's a name house in the New York rap scene. It's not really big, but. His name is Elijah the Boy. You could see if you Google him.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
So he's like, I hit him up because I liked him when I was doing the album, and I'm like, okay, the album's almost done. Yeah. And I was like, yo, I want to put somebody on there that's like, that's doing his thing, just little, that's got a little following behind him, whatever. Yep. So I hit him up, and I heard one of his songs on the radio because I was driving. He had a song on the radio called "Send Them Up." And I'm like, oh, and I heard this.
He just fucked.
It was like a drill beat, but. The way it was made, it was not like the typical drill. So it was like, I'm like, this is some beat. Like when I heard it, I'm like, this is something I would make. That's how I feel. I'm like, this is a beat that I would make. Yeah. I'm like, let me.
So his voice, his lyrics, they would sound good over what you're trying to do. That's your thought process.
I'm like, oh, this is something I would make. So let me Google him. Actually, I Shazammed the track. Yeah. And then it came up, and then I saw his name. I Googled him, and I saw his work. I'm like, this kid is cool. And I follow him on Instagram, and And he had his link on his bio where you could, DM me for features and email him for features and stuff. So I emailed him. I was like, yo, I really like your work. Blah, blah. My name is such and such. I got this album coming out. How much for a feature?
Yeah.
So he told me his price, and I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
I talked to my partner, which is over here, Shiloh.
My man.
And so I was like, Shiloh, what do you think of this? And that's the thing I like about him. Like, he's like, yo, let's do it. He doesn't think, yo, let's do it. So I'm like, he told me his price, which was actually fair, Yeah, it was fair.
Yeah.
It was not nothing crazy. Yep. And then I was like, cool. So I'm gonna send you the contract. It's gonna be, such as just the deal, because I sent him a contract. This is like, this is the agreement. This is what it is gonna be. Yep. And if you agree to it, we're gonna do it. And he agreed to it, and I sent him the money, and then boom, and then I sent him the song, and then 2 weeks later, he sent me the verse. It was actually dope. The track is called Shadow on my album.
Shadow.
And Shadow is the first guy that rapped on the album. So
I tell you what, yo, because I'm very curious about, because I've been seeing a lot more back in the day. You've been in this for a long time.
Yeah.
Back in the day, there was producers and there was rappers.
Yeah.
Everyone saw the rapper. Nobody ever knew the producer, but the producer made the money, and the rapper always made a deal. You know what I'm saying? The rapper took a deal, the producer made the money, and the producer kept working, and the rapper would fall off. That's why they had one-hit wonders. They had the whole thing. But now I feel like the pioneer of the rap producer is Kanye West. He went out there. He was the first really rap producer and blew the whole lid off of it. Now a lot of guys are trying to rap and produce their own music.
Because it's easier like that.
It's
you get
easier
more money.
like that.
So...
But sometimes, like, I've met a lot of guys, dude. Some dudes I know, like, when they're rapping, bro, it's just like anything else. You got to put the work in. Everyone sucks when they first start. Nobody was just born right out the bat rapping like Biggie. It don't happen. So you have to work at it. And same thing when you're producing music. The hours that you guys have in. I mean, with tones, different hi-hats, I mean, dropping vocals, lowering vocals, I mean, eradicating sound. It's pretty crazy. And the hours and the time. So the thing is, when I meet people that they're like, listen, I'm a producer. This is what I do. I know that's what they do. When I meet a rapper, he's like, yo, I rap and this is what I do. When I hear someone that's like, I'm a rapper, I'm a producer, I'm a babysitter, I'm a bartender, I do everything. What do you got? I'll do it. And I'm like, oh, dude, he ain't do shit. I was like, he ain't do shit. If you do all those things, you ain't do none of them.
Yeah.
You got to know what you want to do, and you got to put the time in and really perfect your craft.
I know.
And I listen to your work, and I know you got your craft down. You do.
Yeah, it's experience, like when.
And I was going to say, how did you get your craft down? Where did this all start? Because everyone starts somewhere, bro. Everyone sucks from the jump.
So I don't know. We got time to get into it?
You check your watch. Look at it. I don't even have a watch no more. Look at this. I'm paying $9 for a gallon of gas. I sold my watch last week, dude. It's crazy.
So let's get started. The way I got into music. So, I don't know if everybody know where I'm from. I'm from Haiti. So, I'm from the struggle. Like, I mean, I had nothing, stuff like that. So I remember my dad, he gifted me a Walkman, So, and I remember when I had the Walkman, and I found a CD, and it was Nellyville album.
Your first CD was Nellyville?
Yeah, it's actually funny. I found it somewhere, and I found it, and I just put it in.
Yep.
And it's welcome to Nellyville. And I'm like, so that's the first track that I played. I'm like, I didn't know what he was saying, but
nobody knew what he was saying, and nobody understood why he had a Band-Aid on his face. Band-Aid on his face.
So and I heard the album, but by the way, at that time, because I don't know if the way I was listening to music, it's my first time listening to CD. It sounded so crisp. I'm like, this is so clean in my headphones. I'm like, this is beautiful. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I started I started doing little DJing around the town. I was playing with my little beatbox. I'm doing little boombox, whatever. I'm playing that. So and I started learning music. And the first time I wanted to be a producer, is when I heard "How We Do" by The Game.
Oh, this is how we do.
And I heard it.
Oh yeah.
So
dude,
and I heard that.
knocks, dude.
So I heard the little vinyl.
It had some knocks.
So I'm like, oh wow, I wanna learn how to make beats. I wanna learn how to do this. Yeah. And I didn't know how, so I just sat like that. So the following year, I mean, I had the opportunity to come to the United States. Gotcha. So I came up here, and then so I went to school, whatever. So I was focusing on school. So I was, music was not on my mind. Yeah. And then I took a trip back to Haiti, like go on vacation, like over the summer. And some of my friends, they started rapping. Oh. So they started rapping, they started making beats. And I'm like, okay, I'm like, how do you guys do that? So I didn't know how to do it. So I did, we use this program called Acid. Sony Acid. I don't know if it's still around, but it was Sony Acid.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I'm like, okay, cool. All right, so I just, I remember the name. As soon as I stepped to New York, I just Googled Sony Acid.
Sony Acid. Yeah, so, it came right up.
It came right up. So I downloaded Trial, and I made my first beat on Sony Acid. It's still around. I still got the beat at my house.
I've never heard of that one.
So
I was gonna say, Sauce. You ever hear Sony Acid?
Sony Acid, bro.
Wow.
It's if you
That's
Google, you could
crazy.
Google it. It's there.
there.
So I made my first beat, and it's like trash. I'm talking about like when I started, I didn't even know what a hi-hat was, what a snare was, what a drum kick was. I didn't know none of those things. So, and I'm like, cool. And they had little samples in there. I just did, and everything was off beat. Everything was off beat. And I remember, I remember at that time, I was a super fan of 50 Cent, like a super fan. I'm talking about like a super fan around that time. So 50 Cent had a song called Window Shopper out.
Yeah.
So my brother, I used to live with my brother, so he had like a collection of CDs. I'm talking about like thousands. A lot of CDs. So I used to go play around in CDs, and then I remember I played one of his Bob Marley collection because that was a big film, Bob Marley, and I heard the sample for Window Shopper because I didn't know.
By the way, that album was the biggest thing in the world. Like, yo, when 50 dropped
Hell yeah.
Get Rich or Die Trying, that was the great,
That's
it
my
was
favorite
everywhere.
album of all time. That's my
I mean,
till this day I
dude.
just knock to this like crazy.
100%.
So that was the Window Shopper was from the soundtrack for the movie.
Gotcha.
So I remember I'm like, wait a minute, this sounds very familiar. When I listened to Bob Marley, I'm like, this sounds like Window Shopper. So I'm like, that's where they got it from. They got this it's Bob Marley. So I was like, okay. So literally what I did, I took the CD, I'm like, I'm gonna remake it. It sounded really bad. I mean,
Dude,
really
it's all off beat. It's fucked.
It's terrible. That was my first beat.
That's how you start, dude. You got to imitate what you like. You imitate what you want to create, and then from that point, as soon as you get time in and you get your own style, you get your own experience, then you make something that's truly your own. That's part of this world. That's part of this business. That's especially part of music. I mean, musicians, everybody started trying to imitate somebody. That's how they started.
That's how you gotta do. Because me, what I try to do, when I was getting a little bit better at making beats, not better but decent. Things were on beat now. Things making sense now. So, but they were not the best. I would imitate Dr. Dre because my favorite producer. I would imitate around that time. Scott Storch was doing like I love
Scott Storch.
So I was like, I was like a big fan. So my beats would sound a little bit like his. And then but the thing is, what I realized making beats, what I would do till this day, I do the same thing.
Yeah.
When I'm making a beat, I would go to something that I hear on the radio. I get inspired by it.
Yeah.
What I would do, I would listen to it. So what I would do, I would listen to it. Some producers would put it on the actual track on the channel, so they playing it to try to remake it.
Gotcha.
Well, me, what I do, I would listen to it a lot to get inspired by it, but not to copy it. So I don't want to make it sound like his, but I want to get the inspiration to make it mine.
You want to have your product make someone feel the same way.
Wait, as
you're feeling when you're listening to them, you want them to have that same experience.
Yes. So you would see where it comes from, but it's not really it.
Yeah.
So it would sound like, okay, it sounds like this, but it's not this.
See, one of my favorite guys, like I think he's so underrated and I think he's so talented, Andre 3000. Andre 3000.
Underrated? No, that's one of the greatest of all time.
When you talk about, but see, the first guys you said off the bat, Dre, Scott Storch, everyone goes Kanye. Like he gets so lost in the shuffle, but I don't think nobody really understands how big Outkast was and the beats he was making, and he's still to this day, he's responsible for so many hit songs that nobody knows about. It's crazy, dude.
No, Andre's like
Andre is my guy. He
I
plays
remember,
the piano, bro, on the keys.
Because I remember funny when I was in school for music, SAE. Brian, you went to SAE, right?
Yes, sir.
So I remember they had a task. I don't remember. They still do it.
What a throwback.
they give you the track. You have to chop it up and make it shorter.
Yeah.
And I remember we know that part. He says, all right.
Yeah.
So that part we have to chop up. I'm like, how many all right did he say? We got to. And it was like,
All
we got
right,
to chop
all
it
right,
up.
all right.
We got to chop it up where. I'm like, how many all right did it say? We got to chop it up right here. But we chop it up. It was funny.
Dude, he was.
Brian, did they make you do that task too?
Yeah, man. I don't think they changed anything between the change of
Oh,
audience,
it's the
bro.
same thing because like they make. I'm like, all right. I'm like, okay. Oh, how many all right did this guy say right there? I gotta cut it. So it was funny.
For me, he's on my wall of goats. He's like one of the greatest of all time. Andre 3000. I think he goes
definitely is
underrated and misrepresented. Man, he does. He's pillar stone in music, especially now.
Amazing,
and he's
bro.
chill. He makes his money and chills out. Love Outkast, that whole wave.
No, I love Outkast. Too.
Yeah. Speaking of waves, bro, you're working on a new project that's coming out. You have the art that's out now, but you got a new one that's coming out soon, right?
Actually, nah. I actually have a remix for Isolated coming out.
You got the remix coming out, but there's music videos in the works.
Oh yeah, definitely. Music videos coming out. I got a Roomba music video coming out, which is a song with all the girls, the pool.
Dude, that's okay. So I was on your Instagram, right? And I saw like 3 videos. Where do you find? Okay, I've never done a music video. I never produced a music video. Where do you get? You got some bad bitches in your music videos. Bad bitches. Where do you get them? Is there like badbitch.com, musicvideoho.org? You just go on there. There's a catalog of these motherfuckers, and you're just like, oh baby, what's your measurements? 36, 24, 48. God damn it, send 5.
Yo,
How does this work?
You know something funny? For the first video I shot, Warrant. It was mostly my friends in there. Friends,
Those are your friends?
Those are my friends.
Those are your friends?
Yeah, Warrant.
Joe is 17. He asked me if he could be friends with your friends. I swear. My little camera guy over
Yo,
here.
I'm gonna hook you up, man.
Yo, he's not a virgin. He says this.
17, you're like, yo,
Yeah,
man,
he's the man.
that's the time, man.
Yo, he's a Mac, bro. Mac HD. Meet Mac Joe. I'm telling you right now. He's gonna be Mac Joe will Mac on your hose. You better watch out.
Yo, so Warrant, my friends, because I have this girl, shout outs to Soraya, she's a big fan of mine. So
She's a beautiful girl.
yeah, she's a beautiful girl. Shout out to her.
Beautiful girl.
She's a big fan of mine. And I hit her up. I'm like, yo, I'm doing this video. I need some girls. And she's like, oh, my roommate. And she talks. She's like, hey,
What? Those are her roommates?
She's like, my roommate want to be in your video. I'm like, cool. I just tell him, okay, cool. And then and I hit up some of the girls. The girl is singing poetry. Yeah. I'm like, some of your friends could be in it. And she's like, hey, some of my friends.
So there's no, God damn.
And I hit up. And
Brian, Mac is gonna drop an addy. You mean you are pulling up hot, dude?
Yup.
These are all his friends. He's like, next time you have a little get together, go out for a couple cocktails, hold the tail, make sure me and Brian are there.
Directions, bro.
Yeah, and then
I'm here. I'm ready for the party.
We shot the video, and it was fun. It was real fun.
You guys share locations? Are you friends like that?
Nah.
Oh shit! All right. Me and Brian are trying. We're trying to be like that. Me and Brian will share our locations with every one of those girls in your music video right now. We will share locations right now. I got shit to hide. God damn.
No, but it was fun. It's like when it comes to hip hop, it's the persona. You got to get the girls good looking good. It's hip hop.
Good looking girls.
That's what it's.
Slapping beats, bro.
That's what it's all about.
Slapping beats, slapping cheeks. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
That's
Is
what
there
hip hop
any
was built
music
on.
really that where you're not supposed to be getting the girls, like other than like emo punk rock?
Dude, let me tell you something. I watched the other night. I get stoned to the socks, right? Me, my girl, her friend, and her dude. We go out for dinner. We get fucking wrecked after, right? Sitting there stoned. We're watching MTV Cribs, bro, from back in the day.
Oh my god!
They had Birdman and Lil Wayne on, and Snoop. First off, Snoop. Funniest motherfucker. Even back then, dude, stoned as shit, just showing people his house. He's like, yo, this is my favorite room, bro. He's like, come on in, man. I was like, yo, this is fucking great. Then Lil Wayne and Birdman get up, and the first thing they had, dude, it was like a music video, like old school music videos with the oversized jersey, the double XL t-shirts.
Yeah, I know back in the day.
They walk in, bro, they have one whole room that's just a hot tub right in the center of the room, and literally like a stadium. And Birdman's walking around, he's like, yo, my son, man. He's like, this is for my son, bro. This is his gift. Welcome to Cash Money Records. And it's just like, it's a stadium for strippers, bro. It's just a stadium for strippers. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, music got soft. That's what it came down to. Those are the good old days of hip hop. That's why those music videos, you need some of that shit nowadays. Like nowadays, everything, like, I don't even know the last music video I watched. You know why? Because it sucks now, dude. All the shit coming out now, it's like, it's not like it used to be, bro. There's no oversized jerseys. There's no music video vixens. Like, you need some of that wild shit.
And I know, like, it was like hip hop from my favorite era of hip hop is from the early 2000s.
Yeah, that's when it was the
I think
best.
that's our generation. That's what we're all about.
I mean, like,
right
I don't know.
here.
It's because I was born around, like, that's when I was really into music. It's like, something funny. The kids nowadays, when they're gonna say their favorite era of hip hop, it's gonna probably now.
Nah, man.
No, like the kids nowadays. It's probably like, oh, what's your favorite era of hip hop? Like, whatever. When they like 30, whatever the age are, whatever. Yeah, 2020, 2019, yeah.
Get the
Oh my
fuck-
gosh.
if
I hope not, man.
And you know what the sad part is? Like, dude, we're gonna have kids. You have a kid right now? You have
I
any
don't have no
kids?
kids right now.
Good. Hey, cheers to that. Cheers on that one. Hey, we dodged
But
that
soon,
bullet.
maybe no. You never
Yeah,
know.
you never know, dude. I may have a couple that look like me running around somewhere, but I am not claiming them. Fuck, not yet. No way, dude. Yo, if they come out to like dad, I'm like dad in about another decade, dude. Get out of here. So, our kids, this kid over here, we said this before. They'll never know. He doesn't know like Blackberries, cell phones. Like back in the, he doesn't know life without a cell phone.
He doesn't know the sidekicks,
social
the
media.
you know, the
like yo, we
sidekicks.
watched Facebook start.
MySpace, you know about MySpace?
He has no idea about MySpace.
MySpace.
He
man,
came
come on,
out
yo,
with a new
Yeah, I
MySpace.
actually
Did
started
you
on
guys hear
MySpace,
about
making
that?
beats on MySpace.
You
yeah.
made beats on MySpace?
Yeah, I started on MySpace.
The only thing I remember from MySpace was The Wall, and I watched Dane Cook. Remember that guy, the
Yeah.
comedian guy, Dane Cook? He was all over MySpace.
Like my MySpace, like, because the thing I like about MySpace, you could put the music on your profile. When people go to your profile, your music just plays.
Yeah.
Back days, and you could. Yo, MySpace was the shit, man.
And bro, if you had some dude spitting a fire freestyle and you put it on your wall on MySpace, you were the shit, dude. If you found somebody
Yeah, I
that
know.
was like a good freestyler and you're like, yo, this my boy. He's gonna be huge.
Yo,
this is
MySpace.
DMX 2.5. Watch out. And that was MySpace, that shit was all hype. And everyone had a friend named Tom. Everyone's
Tom's
Tom.
friend. That's your first friend.
That was your first friend.
I love Tom.
Everyone
when
loved Tom,
when you
bro.
signed up, Tom is your friend.
He went to so many weddings, it was crazy, dude. Tom went to
was
so many
everybody's
weddings.
friends.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, wait a minute. Could you unfriend Tom? Could you delete him?
Is that
You
even
could.
possible?
You could, but he actually messages you back. And he
No
says, dude,
shit.
why did you delete me?
Really?
And it makes you feel so bad. Because
Yo,
it's Tom, bro. How do you delete
I
Tom?
didn't delete him.
See, that's what Facebook's missing, bro. Can you imagine if Mark Zuckerberg? I would not want to be friends with Mark Zuckerberg,
Never.
bro.
Why
Yo,
you watch? I'd be like,
yo.
why are you watching my shit,
you know
Mark?
something funny,
Get off
yo?
my
Yo,
story.
he looks weird, dude. He just looks like a weird dude. Like, if I was out at a bar, I saw Tom, I'd have a drink with Tom. If I saw Mark Zuckerberg,
Nah, yeah.
I'd be like, yo, get the fuck away from me, bro.
Tom looked cooler than him. I ain't
Tom
gonna
was
lie.
cool, yo.
Tom looked cool. But the thing is, I remember when Facebook came out, Facebook was popping and everything, and then I'm like, and I created an account.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
I didn't like it.
What the fuck? I got off that. I went back on MySpace. I'm like, this is
Yeah, it was
whack.
so much
Swear to
better.
God, bro, dude.
I was like, this is whack.
I
I
haven't
go
been
back
on-
on MySpace.
I haven't been on Facebook since the Bush administration. This shit is like dead, dude. There's nothing on Facebook anymore.
Now I've been on Facebook since like I just go there because my music. I got a little profile.
Yeah. If you're
promote.
working on there, that's what it came down to, dude. Facebook's
right now, I
like
just-
a job.
And like I do like, for promotion, I just put my stuff
Yeah,
in
you
there,
gotta
whatever.
promote.
Yeah. But I don't go in there just like back then. I remember, that's why I was looking out for girls and stuff, and I'm checking back. But now like I don't even go in there.
Now there's so many, dude. You know what the thing was? Back there was nothing else. There was Facebook, and that was it. We only had one thing big at a time. It was MySpace. Then MySpace died, and it was
And
Facebook.
yeah.
And then like Twitter came out.
Twitter
And
came out.
Twitter was big, and then out of nowhere, like
And
Instagram,
Instagram.
Snapchat, like
Yeah, I remember Snapchat when I had my Snapchat account around when Snapchat came out. I had it for one reason. Naked
Whoa.
pictures.
Yeah, yo, Snapchat, Snapchat.
That's why I had it. I swear to God.
All right, so I
This
have
girl made
Snap,
me
but I'm
create
not
my-
active on Snap. You're only active on Snap when you're single. That's a known fact. If you single, you trying to mingle, you active on Snap. I don't know what it is. And let me tell you, anybody out there that's listening right now in a relationship, if one of them is active on Snap, you not in a relationship.
Nah.
You're right.
You
You're
ain't
right.
in a relationship.
I remember
dude.
like this girl made me create the account, because we were talking, whatever, like on the iMessage.
Oh,
whatever.
so she was like, oh, make a Snap.
She was like, yo, do a Snapchat. I'm like, no, why? I'm like, you can send it to me right here. It was like, nah, just Snapchat. I'm
Next
like,
thing you know, dude, you open up and you see an
Yeah,
asshole
I think
winking
that's how
at
it
you. You're like, oh
started for
my
all of
God,
us,
this is the
man.
greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That brings back memories for sure.
So I was like, all right, cool. I created an account, and I created the account, and then when we started, I'm like, oh, this
I'm
is
saying right now, you know
I'm like,
why?
this is cool.
You know why? Like, all right. So when you get sent a pic on a text message, it's like a mirror pic, like, nothing crazy. You get sent Snapchat's straight up porn, bro. It's amateur porn, bro. It's amateur Pornhub channel for free. Some girl
Snapchat, they don't
flicking
care. They
the bean,
don't see
legs
your whole
spread
thing.
open, bro. You're like, holy shit, dude, it's only 10 seconds. You're like, Oh my God! It's like,
And
that's
back
10
then they didn't have the
seconds.
replay.
No,
That's what I'm like, it's done. I'm like, oh,
Dude, and
can
you know
you send
what-
me another one?
And when the replay feature first came out, right? I
Yeah.
didn't know what I was doing, bro. So I was saving the shit. So I'd hit it like so many times. It was like, you just saved this. And then they get the notification like, why'd you save that? I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, ah. I was like, oh, like, sorry. Like, I didn't answer that. My cousin got it. She's like, what? I was like, oh, no, never mind. But dude, Snap is a wild place. Facebook is dead. Instagram is
popping.
Is popping.
You know
Instagram's
something I saw on
popping.
Instagram the other day was funny, but I know somebody. It's Tony Yayo that posted it, by the way. Yeah. It's like he posted because and they had this thing like you hear that sound like dang, like the caption says as soon as you log into Instagram. Dang. Land of make believe.
That is, no, but it's funny. Yo, it's like, it's
that was
true.
the funniest shit I've seen.
Yeah.
Like you hear like dang, the kid probably, oh my God, the land of make believe. And the caption
the
was like,
land of make believe. It's the truth, bro. Instagram is the land of make believe, bro. It's wild. It's a real thing. Like,
I was like, oh shit. But that's
They
what
fake
it's like-
themselves a lot.
that's
yeah.
what on my Instagram I try to stay as real as possible. They don't see
Yeah.
me out there with no big Lamborghini, big house, making
Nah,
a lot of money.
nah,
I
dude.
just you can see me making beats. That's what I do. Make
Yeah.
beats. Go check out my album.
you know what the thing is with Instagram? I think people. It's weird to say. So I'm on Instagram a lot. I'm active on Instagram all the time. But I'm posting my real life shit. Like I do. I go drink coffee. I drink coffee everywhere, dude. I do like reviews and shit. Just like fucking Barstool. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same exact thing, except I do coffee. So I go do coffee, and I'm funny. I do it for like a minute, right? Wherever. I'm all over the area. Same shit with like my personal life. Like I'll put like a couple pictures up, shit like that. I never want to flex, never want to put nothing out there like that. No materialistic shit, because you better watch out what you put out there because you get it back.
I know.
You soon as you start putting some shit like that, see what comes back to you, bro. The people that DM you, the people that start looking at you, the people that oh shit, this motherfucker, oh, he's doing this now. And then you walk somewhere, you go somewhere in real life, and people, they're like, they take a second look. They take double looks. They're thinking something
I
different.
know that's
You're
like I said.
people get ideas, dude.
I just try to stay as real as possible.
Yeah.
I don't try to promote something I don't have.
Yeah. And we know the motherfuckers like that. We know motherfuckers
So
like that.
I just like keep it real. Just this is me. This is who I am. I'm like I make beats in my apartment. Came out with my album. Just check it out.
I am happy in my life. That's what you got to realize.
Yeah.
Like Instagram, dude, that's a clip. That's a 15-second or 1 snap second picture at the high point of someone's life. You don't know the work that goes into paying for that vacation, that 15 OT shifts they took that month just to go on that one trip to the Bahamas. That shit, it's a grind to get one still image that will get you like what, 500, 600, 1,000,
1,000 likes.
2,000 likes.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
And it's
yeah.
a grind to get 1,200 likes. And guess what? That 1,200 likes, dude, that didn't keep the lights on. That didn't pay the rent. Those likes they don't pay you.
Yeah, I'm telling you. That's why I like
Those
on my
likes owe you
Instagram,
nothing.
I just keep it like straight business. I don't go in there. I don't really try to like really. I would go in there just to
Do you, bro?
entertain my audience. You want to see me make
Yeah.
a beat, whatever. See me mix a song. Want to see I don't really go there like just to like trying to like get lost in it in this whole thing. Because when I started on Instagram, I used to get like felt bad about myself.
Yeah.
Oh, why this guy's doing this? Why he's so big and I'm not like like it used to affect me some type of way.
Oh, no, totally.
I'm like, oh my God, I felt like I was not good enough. I had to like, so I was like, I had to like, I don't know, maybe this guy's faking. I don't know. But he looked like this guy looked rich as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm so.
And everybody goes on there and they all feel the same way. We're all in the same boat. We all go on there and we're like, and people in the same field as us, the same industry as us, and we look and we see like 5 men. You're like, oh shit. You're like, this motherfucker, like, God, how come this guy, not me? I'm better than this motherfucker. I know this motherfucker.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
better than this guy. I could kick this dude's ass on a Saturday 2 times. And what? And now he's in fucking South Beach every weekend? What's going on here?
He's in South, like he's a fucking is it
Yeah.
Italy, France? Like
But
shit,
you know what
he's in
the-
Dubai the next day.
Yeah.
I'm like, why not? Like but I was like, okay,
And
calm
you know
down.
what? You know what the thing is? Social media, bro, it's meant to be social, but it's not meant to be media, okay? They're putting fake shit out in front of your face, just like we see in the real media. There's fake shit out in front of your face every day, and it's meant for us to interact. It's meant for us to grow. It's meant for everything to be organic. And success comes organically. You can't buy success. You can't do it. You got to work for it. And that's how it comes out. And through Facebook, through Instagram, through Snapchat, we got to use this shit as tools to build our success. Organically.
Definitely.
Now, you say, bro, you had France, right? I have people that listen to me all over the world. I'm like, I see some of the shit. I see people in Australia. I see people all over the place. I'm like, how the fuck does someone listen to my shit? And I'm all the way here in New York.
I know.
Is that ever surreal, bro? You ever like, holy fuck?
So I remember when I released Isolated, I had, because I speak French, you know? I speak French fluently.
I was going to say, since being from Haiti, how many languages we got?
I got 3 right now. There's the Creole, which is like a mix of French, English, a bunch of other languages.
Damn, dude, Creole. That must be sexy as shit when you're talking to your lady, bro.
So
like,
now,
whisper some sweet Creole in her ear.
So and then I got French and I got English. So I had this girl message, she DM me, because you know how they have the DM section where somebody's not your friend, they have to request to message you.
It goes into general or request. Yeah.
So I had like a couple there. I'm like 10 of them. So I'm not, you know, I don't look at them all the time. So because usually some guy trying to sell me something.
Yeah, dude, always cryptocurrency.
So I'm like,
I got so many crypto people.
So I'm like, so I looked at it. I had a couple girls message me. Oh my God, I just listened to Isolated. She said it in French. This song get me through the day.
Wow.
She showed me like, oh my God, it get me. And she posted on her story, and then she was like vibing to it. And she's like, I really appreciated this. It's like I'm like, she was telling me how much she loved. I had so many people messaging me how much they appreciate the track, and then. And I'm like, wow, so people really gravitate to my music,
and dude,
and that made me want to like, whoa, I'm gonna work hard, I'm gonna go crazy, I'm about to go hard.
It's the greatest feeling, bro.
Yeah,
it's the greatest feeling. You know what? I have people that reach out to me, and I don't even know I don't know who they are, I don't know where they are, and they're like, yo, listen, like I listened to an interview you did, I listened to something you were doing over here, and like I think you're interesting. I think you're funny, bro. You keep it up. Like all this stuff. Like, bro, I was on my way to work. I listen to you every day on my way to work and all this. And I swear to God, money, everything, dude, that shit just comes and goes.
I know.
But that makes what we do worth it.
Trust me. You don't understand when somebody like show me that they appreciate my work. This is worth more than money to me, because like you appreciate what I do.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of people came up to me, like when I released the album, they came up to me. I remember because I dropped it. Because what I usually do is when I release every song, all my friends, an album, they get a text at 12 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, go check out the album. And I'm very persistent.
Yeah.
And at this time, sorry.
Yeah, no.
This time, I didn't really text out a lot of people, but I had people calling me. I felt like one of my friends called me. He was like, yo, bro, I just listened to that album, man. It's crazy. Why does it sound so clean? What is it like? He was like, why does it sound so great? I'm like, what did you do? I listened to your first one, but this one sounded like, yo, you put so much work into it. I could feel how much work. He was like, I listened to this track, The Feelings, and then like there's a part where the solo was playing with the beat. It's like it seems like you put so much energy in this project. And I was like, and I really appreciate it because he felt.
Yeah. And you did.
My
you put the work in.
He felt it. I'm like, wow, this is good. And then people was telling me. And like the first reaction I had was when I put out the artwork. Like, oh my God, this artwork is crazy. I had Thompson hit me up. Thompson, it was like, yo, man, this artwork is fucking crazy, man.
Crazy.
And I was like, all right, thank you, man. Because, and it's funny, I got a story for the artwork too. Because I remember I was taking this class in Lehman College, this art class I was taking. Yeah. Taking about art history. So talking about Picasso, all the great artists in the world. So it's an art history class. And I got inspired. I'm like, damn, I'm about to I got the same, both of my albums, you could see the art. So I'm like, all my albums are going to be art. Yeah. So it's going to be some type of art. Yeah. So, and my first album, it was like it was more like a Renaissance type
of
art.
Like a Renaissance
type art. So, the second one, I'm like, I'm going to go Picasso with it. So I was
love that, dude.
So I'm like, I came up with this idea, and then I met this artist. I'm like, this is what I want. He sent me the first one. I'm like, no, this is terrible. So I'm really.
But you know what you want. You got something in your heart and in your mind, and you know what it feels right.
This is not. I'm like, this is not it. You got to be colorful.
Yeah.
I want colorful. I want yellow. I want orange. I want like colorful shit. Yellow, orange, and purple. And this is what you got to do with face and. Like I'm like, okay, cool. He sent me this one. I'm like, yes. Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, yo, this is it. I was screaming on the phone. I'm like, yo, you fucking. I'm like, you're the best, man. You're the best. And this is crazy. I'm like, he's like, yo. I'm like, yeah, this is it.
This is it.
And I'm like, this is it. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah. Dude, you know what? I'm very similar, bro. I love history. I love art. I'm like,
I'm a big fan of history.
Dude, I'm a big historian like that. My whole body, I have all classic artwork tattooed on my body. So I have the Mona Lisa on my bicep.
Yeah.
Dude, I have the whole left side of my body's getting done, and it's all the theme of do you know Dante's Inferno? You know Dante Alighieri? Yeah. So Dante's Inferno, how he traveled through hell, purgatory, and then God saved him and brought him up to heaven, and then released him back into the reality. He went into the woods looking for the lost love of his life. And he ended up going through 9 levels of heaven, 9 levels of hell, and purgatory. So my whole body, I changed the narrative. I changed the characters in it. I had the same story, but I put my life, the people in my life, in the character's position. So that's what I'm working on right now. And it's one of those things, like the artwork, like I see people that do certain things, right? And I'm like, oh, they didn't care about that. I'm like, they that was a layup, bro. They mailed that in. They didn't fucking think about this. That did not hit. If you anything that you put out there, especially young guys like us, dude, like you got to make sure your stamp is on it. You got to make sure it's you. You got to make sure it's authentic. Because if you're faking, people will know. People will know. You got to be real with this shit.
So I keep it real.
Yeah, and your album, the art, bro. Let me tell you, it is a real album. It is you. Like I went from the first song all the way down. I listened to the whole list today, bro. The whole thing. Trust me. I just stopped listening to your last song at 5:45 when I got out of the shower on the way down here. I listened to the whole thing, and dude, I was vibing to it. I like it. Like there's some stuff on there. Like, so I like big brass. Like
you like orchestra type shit.
Orchestra type shit.
Yeah, me too. I
James Brown type shit. Like James Brown, Nina Simone type vibes.
Yeah.
Like that type of stuff. Just like I think Jay-Z
was using that a lot. From the first Blueprint album.
Yeah, the Blueprint album, Watch the Throne.
Yeah, they had like a lot of very soulful shit going on.
Soulful stuff. And I felt the soul. I felt soul in your music, bro. I really do. I feel the undertones of it. I feel like the hi-hats coming through on some of your songs. Yeah. And I really vibed with it, bro. I really did.
I really appreciate it, man. And one thing, too, I wanted to point out. This album, I wanted to show the world, whoever's listening to, that I could do every genre of music. So why you see the genre was changing. You go from like classic hip hop, you get the poetry version, like you get the real boom bap, like on the
you got some good spoken word stuff in there,
the drums
bro.
was really like I did that. Yep. And the second one, I went like a little Kanye vibe, a little bit.
Yeah.
The second track, and the third track, I went like, okay, drill is popping right now.
That's what I'm talking about.
I made the drill too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so reggaeton. I'm like, I could do it too. I can't make that. So I'm like, oh, you want to do a little Afro, whatever? I got isolated for you. I could do that too. So I wanted to show the people I could do every genre of music. I could create it.
It's your art.
I'm a true producer. So I wanted to show people that. And
speaking of things you're creating, not to cut you off, but things you're creating, I see you got what do we got? We got a dance challenge going on? We got a 1,000? Yeah. What's going on over here, bro? We throwing money around? We got cash?
I'm throwing some money around just because, like I
break it down for a rack, huh?
So for me and my partner was just thinking about it. My band Sheila was like, yo, and Soraya too, she's my manager. Gotcha. So she was like, oh, I think you should do a challenge for this song because it's gonna do, it's still numbers. So we want to get the momentum going. So
hell yeah.
She's like, what about we do a dance challenge? I'm like, that's cool. I do like $1,000, and then people we're gonna select the people. We have just look at the one that does the best dance, whatever. We're just gonna give out the money. So she's like, that's great. And I talk to my partner because everything I do, I'm like, yo, what do you think? Like he's always do, yeah, it's good, let's do it.
It's good, do it, yeah. No, totally.
It's good, let's do it.
Bro, everybody needs some. Yo, I'm telling you, I got 3 of my boys, bro, that like something goes on, like something I gotta make. I call. I know who to call, dude. One's a lawyer, one's like a builder, and the other one's like He's like a CO. He works in the prisons and shit. But so that way I get a little. I call it the table, bro. I get my table. I'm like, all right, boys. Here's what I'm thinking about doing. And I'm like, what do we think? And they're like, do this, do that, don't do this. Yeah, wait. I'm like, okay. Everyone needs counsel.
Yeah.
Everyone needs counsel. So you go to your counsel. Your counsel tells you you're doing a $1,000 dance challenge.
So I remember.
And what's the deal with this thing?
So I remember. So let me just not to cut you off because I remember when I did it because I posted it without talking to my manager. So she was like,
"Oh, dude."
She called me. She's like, "What the?
What you
She
do?
was mad. She was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" Like,
yeah.
and I had to delete it, and then I had to post it again the right time. She's like, "You got to do it this time." So, and I did it. So, talking about the challenges, like it's just like I have a. If you go to my page, Real Mack HD, that's my Instagram. You'll see like the first one that the girls did.
Gotcha.
Just gotta imitate that, make it your own.
So people are taking their own videos, submitting them?
So they have to post it.
Got you.
And tag me and put the hashtag Warrant Challenge. So they will use the song, one of my songs, which is called Warrant.
Yep.
They just use the song on the reel or TikTok, whatever, and then they just,
So Warrant, Mack HD.
yeah.
Go out there, follow the dance instructions that you already have posted. The same thing. Who can do it better?
Yeah.
Who does the best video? Best TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok's huge.
TikTok's going.
TikTok is huge.
It's going crazy right now.
It's a fucking monster.
I remember when TikTok was really popping. I used to get so tired of it because I was seeing so many because they were using Facebook to promote TikTok. You would see a lot of ads. I'm like, why does something? I didn't know what it was. I kept seeing the ad coming up.
Yeah.
And it's big. And I remember when Old Town Road came out, that's when I'm like, oh shit.
And you know what? Not gonna lie, dude. So that song came out, bro. Before it blew up, I listened to that song. And I was like, I don't fuck with the song, but it's gonna be huge. I was like, it's gonna be huge. It's catchy. I went and told 5 people, right? And they're like, nah, dude, we're not listening to this shit. 2 weeks go by, it's on every radio station everywhere. They're all vibing out. We're in the car going somewhere. They all look at me, they're like, yo, not gonna lie, you were fucking right on that one. I was like, yeah, motherfuckers. I was like, I told you, dude.
I remember I first saw it before it blew up. It was on TikTok. I was seeing it, and I was like, all right, cool. I'm like, what's going on here? And it became so big. And
TikTok's crazy, dude. I got one video. It's 400 and something thousand views right now, 4 and change. I'm like, off of what? I wasn't doing anything crazy. I was just sitting there bullshitting, just talking my shit.
Because it's funny. I feel like the algorithm.
You never know which one's gonna hit.
The algorithm of TikTok favors the users more than the other social media. Because if the content or whatever, I don't know how it works.
I don't know. All I know is if you stay consistent with TikTok, if you constantly put shit on there, one of them's gonna fucking hit.
I know one of my friends.
That thing is just a monster.
One of my friends, the video just hit too. One of his old ones out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
One of his old is it's just I don't know what happened.
There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's the truth. It's the truth. That shit happened to me when it was blowing up out of nowhere, dude. I get all my notifications, TikTok, Instagram. Dude, I picked up 1,000 followers on Instagram in 2 days. I'm like, what is going on here? I'm like, out of nowhere. I didn't even post anything crazy.
It's the algorithm they use.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's something. There's something about it. But to be honest with you, I'm not really, really crazy on there.
Yeah.
Cause I got so much stuff going on. I got
It's
so many
It's hard.
social media. I'm like, and I don't really know what to put on there. I'm gonna start putting
I feel like Instagram's easy to upload shit. TikTok's hard. TikTok, they give you so much shit.
Yeah,
and
you gotta do it's a little but I gotta figure out what I'm gonna put on there. I gotta figure out if I'm gonna do some type of a mixing section. I'm just mixing music. You gotta find your lane.
TikTok is for video editors, bro. People that are good with the video stuff, people that are good at clicking and getting an hour of footage down to 3 minutes. That's what TikTok's for, dude. Those people clean up on TikTok. Me, I'm more of a long-winded guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
I was never a sprinter. I was always a long jog on the beach. So Instagram with my 15-minute videos works out better. TikTok, I can't fit one of our conversations down to 3 minutes.
No, definitely not.
It's you get cut off, dude. That's why I like TikTok. I'm on it, but I'm not really on it. I kind of fuck with it, but I really don't. It's kind of like how I feel about Hennessy. My man over here before, he knows. He walks out, I was like, yo, what'd you like to drink? He's like, you want Hennessy? I was
This guy, I don't know.
I was like, yo, I got all clear around here.
This guy right here, him and Hennessy, I don't know what's wrong with him.
Yo, I took dangerous, bro.
We went out, bro.
Yeah.
We went out. We were having this nice dinner spot, whatever. We having dinner.
Yeah.
And then they bring us drink. I'm like, yo, that's what I want. I want like, yo, let me get this drink. Let me get. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to be classy and shit. Let me get wine. Whatever. Let me get some wine.
Let me get some wine. Yeah.
I'm looking nice.
Drink some grapes.
What do you want? Hennessy. I'm like, yo, bro. We like
nice, dude. We're in a good spot.
I'm like, we're chilling. We had a good spot. Yo, Hennessy. I'm like, yo, I watched them not having it, and they had it. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
Because usually when we go to a certain spot, they don't have it.
Yeah.
Because I remember I went to the city.
It's the truth.
I went to the city and I asked for it. They didn't have it. Certain spot they had it. I'm like, okay, good. Like, let me get. That's his favorite. Let me get a double shot.
Let me get a double. Oh, dude, you're dangerous, bro.
Let me get a double shot,
wild, bro. That's how you know. That's how you see. The thing is, like, Hennessy. I fuck with Hennessy, but I feel like, like before you go out with your boys, like at a bar, shit like that, Hennessy, not a problem. When you're in a club, when you're in the strip club, you got girls. It's Douce all day. It's just like, for some reason, it's just like, yo, Douce, you hit some clubs or some things are shaking and some shit's going on. It's like, oh, baby, break out the Douce. We getting crazy.
Yo, but anyway, so I just started drinking tequila, so it's dope. I fuck with tequila right now.
My man, dude. I don't know what it is. This weekend I was drinking mezcal. You ever had mezcal? Yeah. I love Yo, it's like...
I remember the best tequila I had.
You like Hennessy, right?
That's one thing I cannot do is tequila.
If you like Hennessy, you will love dope, mezcal, bro. Dude.
Tequila is actually really good because I never had it. So I went to Mexico. Yeah. I went to Mexico. I was in Cancun. So and then they had. Oh, this guy was like, "Oh, this is the best tequila." The accent. The best tequila in the world. I'm like, let me have it. I'm like, oh, this is good. First of all, it tastes like water because I couldn't taste it.
What were you drinking? Casa Azul?
I don't know what it was.
Casa Azul, the one with the bell on top.
Yo, he had like this, like it's the best. I don't remember what it was. Like it's the best one. This bottle, it costs like $600. I'm like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. But I guess he was trying to sell it, but I give it to you for $100.
Yeah. That's how it is. This bottle right here is $1,200, but for you, $200 right now, cash. I got you.
Trust me, my friend. Yeah. This bottle right here, $600, but I give $100 for you.
Yeah, dude.
But it was actually really good. I'm like, let me take a shot. Whoa. So I had to come, like, since then, I'm like, yo, I'm a fuck.
Tequila's hot right now, dude. Everyone's drinking. Tequila's very popular. Very popular. I'm
fuck with this right now.
Yeah, it was like brown liquor for a while. Then it went over to like Tito's. Like everyone was drinking vodka. Vodka was very big. Effin', Tito's, like all that shit. And now tequila is just a monster.
I've been fucking with the new one now too. The New Amsterdam.
New Amsterdam.
That shit is.
New Amsterdam's everywhere, bro.
Yeah,
smooth.
You don't even gotta mix it. Like,
$1 million worth of game. There's still 5 times. 5 times.
So
5 times. But hey, Mack HD.
Mack HD, man.
My man. $1,000 dance challenge out there now. Go check out his IG.
Yo, why don't you do it too? You ain't $1,000.
I'm tell you what. I may do it. I don't dance though.
Nah, just do it, man.
I'm white. I do the Fat Joe. I just pull my pants up and do the Rockaway, bro. Yo, come on, dude. You know me. God damn. All right, Brian. Everything Sauce.
This is us.
We have, if you haven't heard, Sauce is at Crazy Jack's every Friday night.
Every Friday, baby.
Every Friday night. Go check him out. He's DJing the hottest bar around here. He is killing it on the ones and twos.
Thanksgiving Eve was fire.
Fire.
You know, it was fire. So now we're just getting ready and let's
I'm about
do
to
these
give
Fridays,
you an early
baby.
copy of Isolated, the remix to just put on your set. You know?
I'm waiting for you to finish that. We need Isolated remix. Listen, I heard a little snippet.
The snippet was fire.
Did you hear
dude.
the snippet?
Yo,
oh my
god! The bars
God.
that were on top of it.
That was a good
dude.
one.
So I'm gonna give you the remix, the remix for Isolated.
That's for the clubs, baby. I can't wait to hear
put
it.
Put on the set, you know, you're gonna rock with that.
Thank you for coming up. I appreciate it.
Yo, bro.
I wish you the best of luck, dude.
Thank you for listening to the album, bro.
Oh, dude, my pleasure. What are you talking about? It was a great album. Great album.
You know.
If it was dog shit, I'd tell you. You know me, I'm pretty real, dude.
No, I like that.
Yeah, dude.
Honesty, you got that.
I'm as real as Holyfield.
To be honest
tell
with
the
you,
truth.
you're not as real as my best friend, by the way. When I made my first beat, it was like, yo, it's fire. It's trash. It's trash, but he was like, it's fire. So me, I'm thinking it's good. I bring it to people like, and this girl like, this is trash. And
I didn't listen to your first one, but I listened to your last one. The last one was fire.
Yo, you know. So I stepped my game up. You know what I'm saying? Step my game up.
Well, thank you for coming in, Mack HD. Sauce.
Signing off, baby.
We're out of here.
What's Pac'n?
As always, health,
Pac'n,
happiness, peace.